Hey guys, today I wanted to talk about the 2020 presidential election and how President Trump can win his re-election in 2020. This is just because I think that he has received quite a surge in the betting odds in the past couple of days. And this is mainly because a lot of people are betting on the fact that he's going to receive a surge after the online RNC held just a couple of days ago. Of course, in 2016, after the Republican National Convention, President Trump was able to surge quite a few points in the polls and actually overpassed Hillary Clinton in the polls for a couple of days. This was the only time in which he overpassed her in the entire election cycle, and a lot of people are betting on the fact this is happening again, which is why his betting odds numbers are increasing. His polling numbers have not increased yet, just because there aren't really any polls that have come out after the RNC, but in the next couple of days we'll definitely be able to see whether or not he will really have a surge. And just for reference, Joe Biden really did not experience too much of a surge. He went up by around 0.5 to 1%. In the national average, really not a surge at all, really not even too much of an increase. It could just be the trends, they're constantly going up and down, but he did not really have too much of an increase or a decrease after the DNC. And for Trump, I don't think that he's going to increase it either, but definitely he could increase just like in 2016. So first, I just want to fill out the 2020 electoral map. Basically, I'm just going to fill out all of the safe Republican states, and by safe, I don't mean states that I think are going to go to Trump by safe margins. I don't think Montana is going to be safe, but in terms of margins, but definitely I think these states are going to go to Donald Trump. So basically, the states that I have around 90-80% certainty that Trump is going to carry. So these being states like South Carolina, Kentucky, West Virginia, these are all very safe Republican states. They may not be able to vote for Trump by over 15%, but they are definitely very safe for him. And for the Democrats, Oregon, California, all pretty safe for the president. For Joe Biden. States like Colorado, very safe for Biden. New Mexico, pretty safe in terms of the polling averages. Illinois, very safe state. New York is very safe. Vermont, New Hampshire, Massachusetts, all of the Northeast is very safe for Joe Biden. Virginia at this point is very safe. Washington, D.C. is very safe, as well as the Maine at-large and Maine's 1st District vote. These are all very safe. So filling out this electoral map here, basically to fill it in a way that Trump can win. And this is not because I don't think he has a chance of winning, but I think that it is a little more unlikely for Trump to win. So Nevada, I think, is going to be a Biden state. Really, I'm not worrying too much about margins. I think it's either going to be safe or closer. Basically, all of these toss-up states are going to be the lighter color. So Nevada, I think, is going to go to Biden right now. And really, Hillary Clinton won the state in 2016. Trump does not need this state too much. No one needs Minnesota. Minnesota, in the last couple of days, a lot of people have been saying that Trump is experiencing a little bit of a surge here. He did tie in one of the polls, and Biden only led by 2 points in one of the polls recently, but I think this could just be a blip there. Pretty conservative leaning polls, pollsters that conducted those polls, so we're going to see in the next couple of weeks whether or not he really is having a surge in the state of Minnesota, and maybe he could win it, or lose by an even smaller margin. Of course, right now, I think he's going to lose the state by around 5 to 6%, but I think it's still going to go to Biden at this point. The state of Michigan, I think, is going to be a Biden state. I really don't see Trump winning the state at this point. I think it has gone so far to the left since 2016. He won it by less than 1% in 2016, Donald Trump, but in 2020, I don't think he is going to be able to do the same. And then I just want to fill in some of these states that I think are going to be safer for President Trump. Texas, definitely. He has to win Texas. If he does not win Texas, he's not going to win the election. If Joe Biden wins Texas and all of the Clinton states in 2016, he will win the election. He cannot lose Texas. Texas is probably the most important state for Donald Trump to hold on to. And then next, the state of Iowa, definitely he has to hold on to the state. I think if he loses such a conservative state that went to him by over 9%, he will lose the election. I think this is just going to be a sign that he loses the election. Ohio, he would also need to win in order to win the election. Ohio, I think if Ohio goes, all the rest of it's going to go, and therefore the election is going to go to Joe Biden if Donald Trump is not able to carry the state of Ohio. And then lastly, the state of Georgia, he definitely has to carry this state. He cannot win the election without the state of Georgia. This is a very crucial state for the Trump campaign. You can see that he cannot lose if he wants to win the election. And then this only puts him at 203, so he would have to win basically most of these states. The 2nd district he would have to hold on to. The 2nd district of Maine he would also have to hold on to. Arizona he has to hold on to the state. If he does not hold on to the state, the election's basically Biden's. I think if he wins Arizona, he's going to win the Rust Belt. And then Florida, he has to win Florida as well. Florida, 29 electoral votes. So basically what I'm trying to say is I think that only the states of Iowa, Ohio, Georgia, and Texas, I think it's the only 4 states that I think right now is going to go to President Trump, even if he loses. I think Arizona, I think that if Trump loses, he's not going to win this state. But if he wins, he's definitely going to win Arizona and Florida. He can't win without them. North Carolina, I think it's also going to Biden right now. But if he wins the election, North Carolina would go to Donald Trump. And then the state of Wisconsin, of course, this state has to go to Trump, or else it's not going to even get him across 270. Pennsylvania really doesn't have to go to Trump if he were to win. I think Pennsylvania is like Michigan at this point. I think it's going to vote to the left of Donald Trump. I think it's going to go to Joe Biden, but Wisconsin definitely has a much higher chance. So basically looking at this map here, this is the most plausible map I think that Trump is going to have if he wants to win the election. Really, I've not really considered margins too much. I think that Iowa, Texas, Georgia, and Ohio, these are going to be very close states, but I think that even if Trump loses, he's going to win these states. And I think that if he wins, he's going to win these states by even larger margins. And then the states of Arizona, Wisconsin, North Carolina, and Florida, these 4 states, I think that these 4 states are going to be the states that are going to be determining who wins the election. I think that Michigan and Pennsylvania are now basically Biden states, but I think it's going to be these 4 states that really determines who wins. Biden would have to win all of these states to win the election, and I mean not all of them, just one of them. Sorry about that. Biden only needs to win one of these 4 states to win, but Trump needs to win all of 4 of them. So if Trump cannot win all 4 of these states, he cannot win the election. He also has to win the 2 swing congressional districts. One of them right now is looking to be swinging towards Biden right now. The 2nd district of Nebraska is looking like it's going to go to Biden right now. But if he were to win the election, he would have to win the 2nd district. Maine 2nd district is also looking a bit better for Biden right now, but Trump would also have to hold on to that. And sorry, I totally forgot to fill in Hawaii. This is, of course, a safe Democratic state. So basically, this puts Trump at 270 to Biden with 268 electoral votes. And honestly, I think that if Trump is going to win the election, the most likely margin of victory for Donald Trump would just be 2 electoral votes. I think if he were to win, he would win exactly 270 electoral votes. I really do not see a better situation for him right now. I don't think he's going to outperform 2016 at all. I think he's definitely going to lose a popular vote, even if he wins the Electoral College. And so looking at Joe Biden, this would be an utter disappointment for him and the Democratic Party. He would lose states like Wisconsin, Florida, North Carolina, states that he is expected to win right now. He would lose Wisconsin, a state that is polling in favor of him by over 6% right now. So this would definitely be a giant disappointment for Joe Biden if he were to lose the election like this, and only by 2 electoral votes. And honestly, I think that if Trump were to perform very well, I think this is his best scenario. I think that if Trump were to perform very well, definitely we could see a tie in the Electoral College. I think that Biden could definitely win one of these districts and make it 269 and 269. And after that, Congress would vote. Basically, one state gets to vote for one candidate. And of course, there are more Republican states, so Donald Trump would still win the election in the case of a tie. So I think that definitely if Trump were to do very well right now compared to what he's expected to do right now, a tie is likely, but honestly, we've never seen it. I don't think we've seen it in 2020. But of course, there is always a first for anything. So looking at our electoral map here, finally, this is basically my prediction for if Donald Trump were to win the election, really with no margin considered. Just basically imagine all of the blue states being blue and all of the red states being red. Basically, I just think that these 4 states are states he has to win, and these 4 states are the states that are going to win him the actual election. So if you enjoyed this video, please consider subscribing to my channel as well as liking this video. We have very recently just reached 500 and 550 subscribers. I really appreciate all of the support you guys have been giving me recently. It really motivates me to make more videos, and in the future I am going to be making 2 videos every day in the months of September and October up until Election Day. I'm going to try my best to make 2 videos, basically one of these standard videos like I do every single day, and 1 state prediction. So I'll be going in order by the poll closing time, starting off with Georgia on the 1st of September, and I will be releasing 1 normal video later in the afternoon, and then one of my state-by-state predictions earlier in the morning. So make sure you subscribe and turn on notifications so you know when I post. And if you have any video suggestions that you would like me to do, please put them in the comments below. I will also try my best to get an election night out. I was planning on getting one out this week, but really I did not have the time to do so, but I will try my very best to get one out for you guys in the near future. So I would just like to thank you guys all for watching and all of the support, and I will see you in the next video.